Hi everyone, a guy trying here, and today we're going to have a bit of a different video. I'm going to take a small break from the deck guides this week because I want to discuss something that the community has been debating since the launch of the game, Robinhood. So, let's get into it. I'd like to start this off by saying that Equinox has already made a statement that Robinhood creates an unfun play experience, and that they've been speaking internally about what changes need to be made to remedy the situation. This has led to massive speculation and discussion amongst the community, but we currently have no further official news. So what does Robinhood do exactly that makes him tower over the Kraken as the true villain of Beyond the Gates? Robinhood is an Ortis character with a Lyra out of faction that taxes your opponent while he is on the field. When we as a community say tax, we mean that an additional cost is added by another source in order to play a card. In this case, an additional mana being added to the card's printed cost. While the common and Lyra rare are limited to taxing characters, they don't seem to be a problem for the community. In fact, according to the deck list on 39cards.com, there hasn't been a single instance of a common Robinhood or a Lyra rare Robinhood amidst high-placing players in the listed tournaments, although there have been instances of Lyra uniques. Instead, people are mainly concerned with the Ortis rare that taxes every card an opponent plays. This powerful ability can stop opposing heroes in their tracks, especially if you are able to get two on the field at once, a feat that should be held back by Robin's 4 cost and below rate stats for that cost. To be honest, even though it's probably the most discussed card in the game at this point, Robin only sees consistent play with one hero, although within that hero's deck, Robinhood has been a cornerstone card. While there have been times that players have tested out Robin in Sigismar and Gulrang, he seems to be removed from their decks soon after. It's only through Robinhood's guise as a banker that he fits so well with Waru and the bureaucratic scheming that comes along with this political ally. Waru and Mac's ability to sleep bureaucrats is what allows Robinhood to thrive, and Robinhood in turn helps warn Mac by slowing down the game. With Waru letting Robin stay on the field through sleep, he can tax the game twice as long and more easily set up multiple Robins for escalating taxes. While Sigismar started off as a more represented deck on ladder and in tournaments, War and Mac have been gaining more and more meta popularity as they continue to win. Even when they are not the most brought deck to a tournament now, they are often the convincing frontrunner for conversion rate. They've won all but 2 of the tournaments listed on 39cards.com, and those that they didn't win, they came in second. In the Exalt celebration that I commentated Top Cut for last weekend, Waru was 27.8% of the decks brought to the tournament and made up 62.5% of top 16. 2/3 of the Warus that played in the tournament made it to Top Cut despite it being the most represented deck. And even then, the way the Top Cut was seeded, there was only one Waru that lost to a non-Waru deck, with Mad Mask beating Matmatu with Fen and Crowbar. There was another Waru that didn't advance after top 8, but that is because Stefar got DQ'd. Not to say that Warrior Band couldn't have potentially beaten Stefar, we just don't know what the outcome would have been. I had noted during commentary, it often seemed like the matches where Waru didn't draw their Robinhoods or the games more easily taken by the opponent, but that's anecdotal and I don't have enough data to say that with confidence. So where do we go from here? Is Robinhood only powerful because of Waru and Mac? The fact that we don't see other Ortis heroes playing Robinhood seems to suggest that players think he's only overpowered in Waru, not finding him worth the slots in Gulrang or Sigismar. If that's the case, removing the bureaucrat subtype would seemingly be an easy fix to Robin, and this has been one of the more popular suggestions amongst the community. While I initially thought this would also work thematically because I never really saw Robinhood as a bureaucrat myself, they do make a point in the lore that Waru is able to taunt and anger Robin by bringing up his past as an outlaw. However, Equinox has said that the lore of this game is a tapestry that builds upon itself and evolves, so I could see some political clash between the Eidolon that is Robinhood and Waru ending with a reduction in status and position. This wouldn't address the issue with unique bureaucrats that have tax passives, but Equinox might consider those fine because of the rarity of such uniques. Equinox did say that the reason they are looking at changes into Robin is because he creates unfun play experiences. This could mean that they might look to change the tax itself because that's the unfun mechanic, even though it won't be as overbearing if they remove the longevity being a bureaucrat allows. The only way I could see them doing this is by adding a condition to the tax, but then we open up a can of worms with the uniques. Most tax uniques seem to have a condition placed on them for their tax to be active, so would they be considered fine, or would they have an additional condition on top of the currently printed ones? Going even further, any attempt to replace taxes might fix the core issue, but would ripple out into some difficult situations. Would each Robinhood or similar unique have to have a replacement ability added to them? This is an interesting situation because we will get to see how Equinox plans to approach balance in the game moving forward. How much would they want a change to affect uniques? Print on demand would allow them to more effectively errata cards than other paper TCGs, but they also have to deal with the fact that one card change changes countless uniques. Even after whatever happens with Robinhood happens, we'll still be left with another question. Is Waru only powerful because of Robin Hood? If Robin Hood is the main reason for Waru's dominance, then it should be easy enough for him to get support in later sets to increase his power, but I'm more worried about the opposite. Robin certainly pushes Waru over the edge, but there's the potential that Waru could still be the top performing deck by far after the removal of Robin Hood. I don't mean to suggest this as a certainty because it definitely isn't. I'm just saying that there's a chance that even though it's Robin Hood that is at the center of the unfun play experience, Waru is the true powerhouse behind the menace. If so, how will Equinox deal with him? Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you found this helpful in some way. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe. But if you made it this far, just know I'm happy you stayed with me this long. I know this is a bit of a departure from my usual content, but I hope you still found it interesting. Let me know what you think of the Robin Hood Waru situation. I am working on a few deck guides, but didn't feel they were in the right spot yet for me to publish them. I'd like to thank Tom XD for creating the site 39cards.com, which was very helpful in the making of this video. It's a great resource to keep up with the community-run competitive scene that has been flourishing in Altered. There's a link in the description, so feel free to check it out if you haven't already. It's about a month away, but I am planning on going to PAX Unplugged in December. There will be Altered events happening every day, including a 2v2 tournament that I know many are excited for. Although, as of posting this video, the event descriptions don't accurately represent what Justin and the OP team have in store for us. If you happen to be there, feel free to say hi. I'm excited to meet more people within the community. That's all for now, but I hope we see each other again.